Welcome back to the SCA Cricket Show. Well, we're now going to focus on indoor cricket. There are currently 2 leagues going on here in Singapore, one on the weekend and one on the weekday. Both of them are past the halfway stage, and the competition, as you can expect, is really heating up. Well, let's catch up first with the weekend league. Let's start with PK Dons versus 8 Idiots. PK Dons scored 116 for 10. Best batsman for them was Munib with 28 runs. Best partnership was between Gibran and Munib for 46 runs. 8 Idiots had 2 standout bowling performances. Padmanabhan and Karthik Navagan took 2 for 9 runs. This was one of the rare draws. 8 Idiots also scored 116, and this time they lost 6 wickets. Best batsman was Ashwin Sanket with 18 runs. Ashfaq had the best bowling figures of 3 for 1 run for PK Dons. It was a must-win game for PK Dons, but the draw was enough to take them through to the top 4. Centurions versus Old Monks. Centurions scored 86 for 7. Their best batsman was Venkat Subramaniam, who scored 25 runs. The best partnership also featured Venkat Subramaniam along with Praveen Danabalan for 32 runs. Old Monks made it all look too easy, scoring 134 for 6. Best batsman for them, Shunil Chavan, with 34 runs. Centurions' Ashutosh Pani had the best bowling figures of 2 for 8 runs. Old Monks winning by 48 runs. The PK Dons were back in action, this time against Phillips. PK Dons scored a pretty measly 56 for 13 wickets. Their best batsman was Gibran with 15 runs. Best partnership between Zishan and Riaz Khan for 35 runs. Phillips' Sunil Kumar had the best bowling figures of 3 for 2 runs. In reply, Phillips scored 95 for 9. Their best batsman was Vidyat Kaul with 19 runs. He was also part of their best partnership, along with Alok Mehta for 35 runs. PK Dons' best bowler was the all-rounder Riaz Khan with 4 for -10 runs. Phillips winning by 39 runs. We've gone into phase 2 of the weekend league, where the top 4 from Group A and B have moved into the championship pool, while the bottom 3 from each group are in the plate pool. All points and net run rates have been carried over from the first stage into this next one. In the championship, City Gladiators are in a great position as they are leading with the game in hand. It's a 3-way tie on 15 points between Old Monks, Phillips and Centurions, while 8 Idiots and Caminate are not far behind with the game in hand. Locals and PK Dons with a fair bit of catching up to do. In the plate pool, it's a close race between the top 3, DB, City NRI and NetApp Raiders. Wanderers and Sticky Wickets are stuck in the middle, but have time to play catch-up. Raider Bunch, meanwhile, are at the bottom and have yet to score their first point. There are just 2 matches left in the first stage of the weekday Indoor Cricket League, and that takes place at the cage in Kallang. Defending champions Octopus was scheduled to play bottom-of-the-table Comworks. That in itself would have been a daunting prospect for Comworks. But unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, the team was struck down by a bad case of flu and had to forfeit the game. Given that the organisers try to ensure that teams get as much indoor cricket in as possible, they assembled a group of players from other teams to play Octopus in a friendly match. It proved to be a good training session for Octopus, as they were soundly beaten and will be happy to learn from it. The other game played was between Bloomberg United and Organised Chaos, Bloomberg putting on 51 for 9. In response, Organised Chaos made 93 for 5 and won by 42 runs. So here's how it stands in the table at the end of stage 1. Organised Chaos on top with 18 points, Octopus following closely with 15. Power Play are a further 3 points behind, with Badok Kings in 4th and still in single figures as far as points are concerned. Bloomberg United are in 5th with 6 points, with Badok Kings 2 in 6th on 3. And finally, Flu-ridden Comworks are at the bottom with -1. Stage 2 starts on 4th July with the top 4 in the championship pool and the bottom 3 in the plate pool. Well, it's that time of the show again where we go through some coaching tips. Today, our coach extraordinaire Arjun Menon will take you through the art of spin bowling.
In today's segment, I'm just going to show you the grip associated with bowling off-spin. Off-spin is quite a important art in cricket. Good off-spinners in the world tend to take a lot of wickets. Today, my lovely assistant will be Jamie. All right, so I'm just going to zoom into his hand here and just show you what the off-spin grip's all about. First thing I'd like Jamie to go do is something that's commonly known as 2 up and 2 down. And as you can see, the thumb sticks off to the side. All that happens now is you put the ball not with the seam this way, but with the seam across into the area here. With off-spin, it's quite important to understand that the fingers have to be apart, okay? And when the ball's actually being spun, it's actually just the index finger, okay, that just does all the spinning. So if he holds a hand up and needs to spin the ball, he's going to apply pressure in that point of the ball and spin it down that way. Hence it's called a finger spin. We're going to focus on the grip associated with leg spin. And as you know, some of the greatest leg spin exponents in the world have taken heaps and heaps of wickets, and it's a very, very useful skill to have in the cricket team. Once again, I've got Jamie here with me. He's just going to show the same 2 up, 2 down as we discussed with the off spin. So 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down. Same thing again, getting that ball, putting it with the seam running across that way into that area here. Now what's important about leg spin though, is not like off spin where it's finger spin. This time you're actually using your wrist to spin the ball. So Jamie will need to require to do that with the ball to actually impart as much spin as he can on the ball, but using the whole wrist as opposed to just the fingers.
Don't go anywhere, because coming up here on the SCA Cricket Show, we give you the opportunity to have your say on a major issue in international cricket. So stay with us.